Hi Leo, and welcome to your reading for June 2019. My apologies, this is quite a belated reading for Sun, Moon, Rising Sign Leo people. My name is Melanie. This is a general reading, so of course it may or may not resonate, so I encourage you to take what you like and leave the rest, of course. So there's 5 cards there that you can see, or if not, I'll be reading them out anyway. The first card, they're representing the past and any past energy that may be influential this month. You have the 10 of Swords. The second card representing the current month, current issues and situation that may be present in your life. You have the 7 of Cups card reversed. The third card along there is the 4 of Swords, and that's in the position of what may be an obstacle this month. The next card along representing helpful tools this month, the Hierophant, and the outcome card for the month is the 2 of Coins, otherwise known as the 2 of Pentacles. And the card lying down there from a different deck of cards that I use more like oracle cards, that one's called Sugar Glider, and that represents courage, and I'll be reading about that card at the end of the reading. So starting with the first card there, the 10 of Swords in the position of the past and past energies. I'm really glad that this is in the past for you guys, because the 10 of Swords represents the end of something. Obviously it's a 10, but feeling really stabbed in the back, really sort of destroyed by something that has just absolutely done you in, and now you're it's like the death of something in you, or something terrible that happened that left you feeling with a sense of betrayal, like the worst has happened at some point in your life. You felt very hurt and betrayed, disillusioned. There was like a loss or a crisis of some sort, and it's like the culmination of all the negative aspects of the Swords cards, and we have 10 of them. In another image of the another deck of the cards, you would see a person lying on the ground looking very dead with 10 swords in their back. So it's like the metaphorical death of something in your life, but of course with death then comes birth and new life and new growth, and the dawning of something new in your life. So and in that way, as with all things in life, it represents a cycle, coming to an end and something new coming in. Even though this has been, looks like quite traumatic or very difficult, and there's been perhaps some grief associated with whatever crisis or ending occurred in your life. Of course, typically there is a grief response no matter what it is. However, that is now coming to an end. That sense of being at rock bottom is coming to an end, because of course if you're at rock bottom, the only way you can go is up. So something very dramatic, I think, happened for you guys in the past, in immediate past or long distance past, and but you're through that now, and somehow that is related to what is happening this month. And if we move into this month with the 7 of Cups card, that's reversed. 7 of Cups being about emotions, feelings, connections, relationships, friendships, love, all those things. Water signs. The 7 of Cups, if it was upright, typically means choices, but also kind of illusions and fantasies, wishes, wishful dreaming, wishful thinking, things that aren't quite real, being a little bit too having sort of this romanticized view of things, and unrealistic kind of ideas about some goals or something that you want to achieve, but being quite delusional about how you're going to get them, and not being grounded enough in reality. So with this card being reversed, though, it looks like there is choices and options that may be being presented to you guys this month. And instead of kind of going by what other people think you should do, or being swayed by possible illusions or the shiny nature of some of these choices being offered to you, and you might otherwise think, oh, that looks too good to be true, but I'm going to go along with it anyway. No, this month you are, I think, more realistic about these choices and or opportunities coming in, or that you've come across, and you're kind of trusting yourself more in that. You're seeing past some of the illusion. I think you're being guided more by an internal sense of what best is going to meet your needs. You'll be able to make decisions based on, your inner guidance system, and being more in alignment with what you want and who you truly are. I think this card is saying, make sure you center yourself, you ground yourself. I think you check all bases to see if things are real or not, and to stay focused on that. Don't get too carried away in fantasy because something looks so awesome, and if we're thinking about, you've come out of a really difficult situation with the Ten of Swords, sometimes it's very easy to just lift our heads and go, oh my god, that just looks great, I'm going to grab it, without thinking through it too clearly. So you need to recover, I think, from that Ten of Swords episode. Now some choices perhaps are going to be presented. Sometimes with this Seven of Cups reversed, you may be feeling quite overwhelmed by that. A way around too many choices is to just cut some out, and be quite brutal in a way, and really get back to, what do I really want here? If I strip away all the hoo-ha and the illusion, what is it actually I really truly want? Follow those feelings, follow your gut in that sense, but stay grounded in reality. The third card along, representing any possible obstacles that may show up this month, you have the Four of Swords card. The Four of Swords typically is about needing to rest, recuperation, needing quiet time, stillness, needing to perhaps meditate, to recuperate, to contemplate, needing a break, needing a sense of peace after, say, a war. This could be a card about grief. But I'm just thinking, if this is in the position of what might be an obstacle, be wary then of overdoing this, of retreating too much, and kind of going, I don't even want to think about it, or really being stuck too much in solitude and perhaps not seeking help elsewhere, or seeking guidance from other people who may be able to help you perhaps make a decision in some way. Be careful of, this is a swords card, so swords to do with thinking, communication, words, beliefs, ideas, being in your head, matters of the mind. So perhaps just be wary of being too much in your mind. I think it's a tricky kind of balance, and we see the notion of balance coming up in that final card there, the Two of Coins, but balance in terms of balancing emotions, balancing thoughts, balancing gut feelings, internal messages, external messages. So whilst you may need to sort of rest and recuperate a bit, don't stay there too long. Don't wallow in that, and still keep moving and keep active in some way. The fourth card along, representing what may be helpful this month, you guys have the Hierophant card. So the Hierophant is, it can be called the marriage card. It can be about religions, institutions, universities, structures that have structures and traditions and conformity, systems, rituals, things that are very bound by morals, by rules, by instructions, by laws, groups, hence like a church or a university, places of worship, places of learning, of needing to follow, to process, needing to follow laws. This card We see on the card there two men sort of on their knees praying to, I don't know, a priest or someone like that in that card, similar to the original card. So something about connecting to God, or in some sort of whatever you consider to be spiritual or a spiritual leader in your life, and connecting to some sort of faith source to seek some guidance perhaps. But needing to follow sort of rules and laws, to not step outside of that. This can be a card about being a little bit too rigid, but I'm just thinking this is the card in the position of what may be helpful. It looks like going to some sort of, agency or service where there's a lot of traditions and it's existed for a while. It's a place that you can go and identify with a group of people, find your kind of tribe, step in with the typical traditions and the rituals that go on there. That may be very useful for you guys this month, and perhaps seeking some guidance in a person or in a system that is well established. Maybe that will help you make a decision in some way, so sort of with the Seven of Cups card there, where there's maybe some options coming in this month, but not quite sure what to pick, and remembering that it being reversed and therefore needing to not be too delusional, to actually going to be more grounded in making decisions this month. And then we have the Four of Swords saying, don't be too stuck in your head and don't be too chilled and relaxed about things, and in fact go and seek some advice, or go to a place that you know and trust, that you have a lot of faith in, that will offer you some sort of support and structure around decisions that you're needing to make. Finally, the outcome card, you have the Two of Coins, otherwise known as the Two of Pentacles. So it looks like you may not be coming to a decision this month about something, which is fine. Sometimes it is difficult to kind of tolerate that uncertainty, and we have, with the Two of Coins or the Two of Pentacle cards here, need a set of juggling of things. Pentacles being about practical matters, financial matters, work, businesses. The Two of Coins can be about juggling money, trying to juggle work with family life, trying to restore balance in some way, perhaps being a little bit too emotional around practical matters, that you need to be a bit more grounded in that. Can be a card about time management, struggling to juggle or manage your time management, and trying to just balance some extremes in your life. And there's definitely a struggle, and you need to sort of focus on those kind of practical, materialistic matters in one's life, like work, like money, like, I don't know, housing, anything that's more associated with earthly kind of tangible things in your home. Maybe you're neglecting your home, maybe there's too much focus on work or too much focus on money. And you need to choose what's most important for you at this point in your life this month to get to where you need to go. So a bit of a tricky kind of ending there for the month, if this resonates with you guys at all. Now I'm just going to read from this book that came with these cards, the Dreamtime Reading Cards. The Dreamtime is the Aboriginal Australian spiritual belief system. I love these cards. I love the meanings behind the cards. And this is the card that came out for you guys for this month, the Sugar Glider, which represents courage. So the Sugar Glider is a possum, a member of the marsupial family. This mammal gives birth to tiny live young who are raised in a pouch of skin in the mother's abdomen. This tiny possum glides from tree to tree by spreading its arms and legs and using the thin membrane of skin between them to glide to where it wants to go. It lets the air currents support it as it leaps and glides through the branches. The Sugar Glider's message is to have courage. It has learned to take giant leaps of faith and to focus its energy on where it wants to be. That makes a lot of sense to me. I think coming through that Ten of Swords event in your past has taken a lot of courage. We have notions of faith in the Hierophant card and of what may be useful. Taking a leap of faith and seeking refuge in a structured faith of some sort. Focusing your energy. We see some struggle in that with the Two of Pentacles card there. So this card here is to remind you that you are supported even if you don't realize it. Now is the time to jump into the unknown, to take risks, and to do the things you've feared for so long. It's time for action, and you can no longer stay where you feel safe and protected. You do not need to have all the answers. You just need to believe in yourself and take the first step towards your goal. Do not let your fear of the unknown hold you back. Have faith in yourself and the direction you see and take that risk. Then watch your life soar. Whew, that's a big ask, but totally doable and totally possible. So an interesting month for Leos, or what's left of the month. We're sort of already a quarter of the way through the month. So look, thank you so much for taking the time to watch and listen to this reading. I hope it's been useful in some way, shape or form. Yes, and hopefully I'll be getting onto the July readings before July. So thank you very much. I'm grateful that you've considered this in your life for this month. Bye.